in a traditional relationship, I would say that, again, we all prostitute ourselves to a certain extent. Somebody's paying for the dinner, somebody paying for the groceries, somebody paying for the gas, and I mean, and when you're in a relationship, it really doesn't matter who's doing what because it's for the both of you. Now, in situations where it's a situationship or a fuck ship, like you like to call it, I don't feel that it's inappropriate because you want the box. So why shouldn't I get paid for it? Why shouldn't I get something out of it other than, a wet ass?
Wet ass. Sticky buns. Anyway, so this is why I got a problem with...
Butts and I cannot.
What?
I like big butts and I cannot lie. All you other brothers can't deny.
You like 4 years old when I came out? Hush your face. Look. So, stop listening to old school on Sirius Radio. Look, I'm kind of, I don't know where I'm at with this, to be honest, right? Because I believe that, I just believe a person can do what they want with their body.
Welcome to the Love Is Podcast with your host, that thorny chick, Karen KK Rose, and her co-host, the lovable a-hole, that's right, I said lovable, Mr. DK Walker, where they will be discussing love, relationships, family, life, sex, self-help, and what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. Why? Because love is everything, and everything should be loved. Now to today's podcast.
Right.
That's just what I believe the number one rule is. Never to have just one in the gut. Like, you got to have a back.
One, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't even got one.
So we're the next emergency from missing, like the streak. Like, I don't know if you watch wrestling, right? But The Undertaker had, a great streak at WrestleMania. Like, he got up to, I want to say 20-0 and 21. I could be, I don't know. The numbers, somebody going to check me on that. But he got up in his 20s and then he eventually lost to Brock Lesnar. And people were so shocked. They thought that Brock Lesnar actually went into business for himself, meaning that he changed the outcome of the match. Now, The Undertaker's a vet, big dude. He could handle his handle, and there's things he could have done, and the referee would have definitely done to ensure to keep the streak alive. And people that's listening, like, what the hell is this man talking about, wrestling the streak? So, we at times batch our content. So we record this before you hear it, right? And usually we keep a couple in the cut just because we work. We're 9-to-5ers, right? We don't want entrepreneurial shit, but we're definitely 9-to-5ers. And Karen's schedule is crazy. Mine is a little bit crazier. So if we don't batch content, there's a chance that y'all may miss out on us, right? So we're gonna let y'all behind the scenes this morning. We have nothing in the cut. The last podcast that y'all just heard, which was I Shot. There's nothing in the cut behind that. But yeah, don't no worries, no fears. We got y'all. Anyway, you want to bring us in? Yeah, you want to? No.
Listen, you was going to the sound of your own drum. I was in you roll. Little drummer boy.
I'm a little drummer boy.
Yeah, little drummer boy. Don't do that. Don't. You sound like somebody needs to pop a titty in your mouth. That wine.
I don't know. Let's not talk about titties. Like, don't see that's shit too easy. B shit too. Can we do the intro now? But that you just left yourself open, right? And then I'd have said something crazy out my mouth, and then you'd have been in your tears, right? And then yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, DK, he's a real live asshole." So
because you are.
Well, you know what I've done? I have mastered. And then we're gonna get to an intro because y'all probably like, what the hell is these? Like, I know so yeah, it's New Year, and yeah, I'm not saying we're new, but take us as is. But it's not that I'm so much an asshole. I have mastered self-editing on the fly, right? So what happens is the younger me will whatever come out, the retort is coming out, no matter how hurtful, harmful it's going to be. It's you say something, I'm going to double down and raise you 10. So you'll never, ever, right?
4 years later, I didn't know this.
Nah, I mean, the stuff you catch is stuff you need to hear, right? And so it's calculated. Like, if you haven't figured that out by now, there's something wrong with you. Everything I say and or do is calculated to a point. I rarely just
Bobby
roll
Fischer,
off emotions. Say again?
Yes, Bobby Fischer, I know.
Anyway.
Hello, everyone. It's your girls, that Thorny Chick, Karen KK Rose, alongside my very talkative, very already on one co-host, the Lovable Asshole, DK Walker. DK, I mean, you kind of have already said hello and a whole lot, but Lionel Richie, if you want to say hello again, there you are.
Why can't I be Adele? Like, I'm comfortable in my sexuality to, yeah, I mean,
You're right.
I like
you're right.
Adele, yeah, whatever her name is.
Adele. And you're right, because Lionel Richie ain't been black since the Commodores. So go ahead.
How dare you? Talk about Lionel. He got a black name because you don't know the white Lionels, right? Think about that. You never. So, okay, somebody hit us up, right? Somebody hit us up, Texas, whatever case, maybe jump in our DMs, you know what I mean? And let me know.
Go to Instagram, be like, hold on.
Like, there's never been there's some names that's just black. Lionel is one of them. I've never heard mention of a white Lionel. Never. That's. I think that's an exclusively black name.
Who knew? Who knew that there was such a thing that we would, that we would put a stamp on one? I mean, and I think too. But if you think about the real country names too, is particularly black too. Like,
what do you
think
mean?
about Ernestine.
Oh,
Cleophas.
No. Somebody in the hills of Kentucky. There's an Ernestine with dirty blonde hair and dirty feet in the hills.
Oh, he wears stereotypical.
There's an Ernestine. I was like, we're not claiming that. I promise you there's an Ernestine.
Clampets. I'm not doing the Clampets with you.
This is Ernestine. Like, I can't roll with that one. But the Lionel boy, I don't care. You'll never get a Lionel. You won't. Oh, I'm wrong. But no. Because okay, I know you got your phone in your hand, right? You keep your phone in your hand. Like, yeah.
Mind your business and stop telling mine.
Okay, so do me a favor. Quickly look up. There's a famous soccer player. His name is Lionel, but he's not white though. Lionel Messi, Lionel something to that effect. Quickly, if you don't mind, please. And we're going somewhere. I don't know where we're going to this morning, people. We just here, so bear with us. You're gonna have a good time.
Oh, Messi. Yeah, Messi, Messi. Yeah.
How does he spell his first name?
Lionel.
Okay. What is his race? His creed, nationality?
Lionel Andreas Messi, Argentinian.
Okay. So he black. Look, like I said, what?
You're right. He don't count.
Right. So he ain't. You're right. You'll never find a white Lionel. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. Anyway, what's going on, man? Talk to the people.
Listen, now I'm looking. Now I'm looking up Lionels. Let's see what's going on with the Thorny Chick. Nothing. Same old. I'm being accused of letting the Mister move in, which is kind of not true. Kind of true.
Ooh.
So, recent developments. I'll tell. So, we bought a bed. He had a mattress in storage, and he wanted, he was like, listen, I can't sleep on your bed, which on a technicality, my bed was a futon. It wasn't an actual bed. And I don't think he ever paid attention. So we have a bed now. He's got closet space. He has a drawer. And he does. The toothbrush has been here for a while. The toothbrush, deodorant have been here for a while. His watch is here. He's got cologne here. He's got date night outfits, jackets. And then as of yesterday, we had gotten the bed last weekend. He put it together Sunday on his day off. And just trying to, re-navigate and repurpose and, move around our living space. So now the futon is up and it is a couch, and we still have the chair with the ottoman. And so my mom actually, I don't know where listen, she's a hoarder anyway, so I'm sure she found it somewhere in the back of the basement of the attic, but she found some shelving. And so now he has his own, 2 sections of a shelf.
Okay, cool. That is definitely what's up. So when you first gave us the inside scoop to, you would say Bay Chronicles. I'm old. That ain't my base. So I'm gonna say Significant Other Chronicles, right? So we'll, because okay, listeners, we're bringing new segments to the podcast, right? Because what the fuck news is a staple that's never going anywhere because there's ratchetness inside of Karen that refuses to die. Like I promise you, she's the most educated, God-fearing ratchet woman I know.
And wait till I get my hair cut today. Ooh, that bald headed whole shit gonna be on 10.
I got you. So, the Bay Chronicles is, you said, so who has a problem with Bay moving into, y'all shacking up? You alluded to that earlier.
Nobody does. It's more or less my girlfriends are they make jokes. They're like, so is he moved in? Is he like, he's there all the time? I was like, he really is. I was like, he kind of found his way here and does not leave for days at a time. His mom did make mention of it. She's like, well, I haven't seen you in a while, rah, rah, rah. So I guess he's going to go home, I guess, at some point and spend some time at his own house. Probably needs to be cleaned and swept. But I've just kind of grown into, I think my mom and I both have just grown into the comfort of him being here and just knowing he's going to be here. He's normally happier, more peaceful when he's here than when he is at home, but it's neither here nor there.
Okay, so right. So did a discussion, because I'm gonna ask the questions that, there's a listener listening and they want this question asked. So please don't shoot the messages. Don't keep the message down the hole, 300, right? So I'm gonna ask if you want to kill me after it, it is what it is. So was the conversation, say again?
As always.
Right. You'll be all right. Look, so was the conversation had, or it was just a process, a gradual thing that morphed into what it is now?
About him having stuff here?
By him eventually moving in?
Yeah. Well, the thing is this. It wasn't really necessarily like the goal isn't for him to move in, and that's not his thing. And he kind of had a conversation with my mom because, my mom lives with me. And so, when he kind of brought the bed and he kind of even had a conversation with her, he's like, it's not me moving in. He's like, it's just, when I'm here, I want to be comfortable. I want to sleep a certain way and all those kind of things. And it was stupid. He was like, for me to have a mattress in storage and, not so much. I mean, my living space really kind of was like college setup. Like I still lived like I was in the dorm, and he's like, she's grown. So, she needs that space and whatnot. It was really a gradual progression. It wasn't a real conversation. Like he kind of would like come in with an extra pair of shoes and then the shoes would stay. And then,
so he did the, Jesus.
I was like, what did I break? And then he had his tools here. And so, so then it was that. And then it was, put your stuff here, put your stuff here. And then it was, he was spending, like, he just like randomly spent the night in the beginning. That was like back in November. And so, when he got up, it was toothbrush, toothpaste, washcloth. And then he called and he's like, hey, if I come over now, can I shower at your house and whatever. And so it was like, yeah. So it was really gradual.
Right. The thing is, because this right here, I'm a right. This is beautiful. I'm sitting here I'm a messy ass kid in the cake factory, right? I ain't say fat kid because a fat kid go eat cake. I'm talking about messy because I too have ratchet in me, right? But I'm only representing the ratchetness of the people. The people want to be knowing these things, right? But it is what it is. I can see you now. You sitting there like, oh, where's this idiot about to go to, right? But and I could be wrong, but some female can identify with the significant other move. You know how a female come? Y'all dating, y'all cool. And then what happens is she's there so much, right?
You start leaving hair ties and yeah.
It's not a, since I'm here, I just want to be comfortable, right? And then you look up and you're like, what the you got mail coming in?
Listen, and what's funny is that he does. He has packages.
Oh, so he pulled the ultimate single.
Listen, he ordered some stuff. He ordered some stuff for Christmas for his kids, and I was like, "Where do you want it delivered?" And he was like, "Your house." And the funny part is that he works for the postal service. So I was like, "Why don't you just have it delivered to you at work?" I was like, "Genius." And then, when we first started dating, I had shaved his head, and so he's been maintaining that. So he originally had bought one shaver, the forehead, the 4-prong forehead shaver, whatever they're called. And y'all know what they are, but the electric
Yeah, I
ones.
got one upstairs. The thing is beautiful. Like, but you can't let your
Yeah.
hair get too long. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
But
and that's and that's kind of what he's struggling with, because he's working 6/12s every week. So and Sunday's his only day off. So he's not always in the shower trying to shave his head. So he actually bought a new one that he saw off of Instagram, and so when he bought it the other day, he was like, babe, I'm just going to have it sent to your house. And I'm not going to lie, the way our city, though, how it runs, it does depend on your zip code, because certain areas do get their mail quicker. Like their packages don't, quote unquote, get lost, which is odd to me, but that's just how it runs.
Right. So, like, peep, in the words of Immortal Tupac, peep game. I'm not mad at your SO. Like, but that was a classic. Since I'm here, like, I promise, some female right about now got her glass up in the air, but do you, boo-boo? Do you?
Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy.
And that's the bottom line. I'm having fun, but as long as smiles cross your face, as long as your heart is filled with joy, then by all means, what I mean, proceed. But that was, that was.
Listen, I'll close out the Bay Chronicles like this, because we say we're not going to be as long winded. The one thing that I hear a lot of is, especially the people that know me, and fans are, we had a fan, shout us out on Facebook and Instagram the other day, and she was saying, one of my girlfriends, she said to me right at New Year's, she said, the one thing I've noticed, and she goes, and I've known you for 4 years, is that I noticed that you smile from the inside out. And my dad had said that originally. That was his thing to Derek, was like, I'm happy for you. I always champion you. Basically he was letting me know that he was Team Derek, which he still is. But he said, he goes, I see my daughter smile from the inside out. And he goes, and that's your job to keep it that way. And so to hear it repetitively, the first time you hear it's like, second time you hear it's kind of confirmation. So, the thorny chick is, still thorny, but not as prickly, maybe.
Oh, you see, I'm not. I know we're gonna be like, we can. I'll be less me. So therefore, we'll save time. If I'm less me, that's 30 minutes less of the podcast. But I'm not gonna let you put a bow in the bullshit. I'm not that guy. I promise you. Like, I'm not.
What
how you always.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let you put a bow on the bullshit, right? Like, so, and how you, and I'm gonna tell you, be patient. I don't. It's all right. It's coming. It's coming.
Patience ain't my virtue.
Right. It's all right. Like, just how you be clowning me about how MJ runs shit. So me and Kern, yeah, exactly. That's why you laughing. So exactly, right. I'm gonna tell it, right. I told you I'm on my ratchet messy shit this morning. Since we up early as a mug, I'm gonna tell it like
MJ? MJ need a bike.
What?
I said, where is MJ? MJ need a bike.
No, she don't. She cool. She in the bed slobbing. Like, let her little boy ass stay right there. Me and Karen was we was checking out StreamYard, right? So we want to be visual. We're eventually, excuse me, I'm wrong. We're going to be visual because I think we'll get more interaction. People need to see us, our antics, things of that nature and whatnot, right? And we got no problem with that because we actually do impromptu IG lives. So, but we're going to actually start doing the podcast, and you can catch us the whole joint. Not sure when, but very, very soon over on YouTube. You won't just be listening to audio on YouTube. You actually get to see us, as I talk my wild, crazy shit, right? So we was doing, I guess, our meeting, test run on StreamYard, and plus we strategizing on other shit, right? Going back and forth, lining some things up, me, crossing T's and dotting I's, and Kern tolerating my madness, right? And so singing
the year of Mad Titan.
No, that wasn't it, right? I promise you. Like, anyway, so look, Kern gets a phone call, right? And y'all already know who. Yeah, I know. So, y'all be with the fakeness and like that. Like we supposed to pride ourselves on being transparent, but Kern just gave y'all.
Wait. Make sure you talk about both phone calls. Don't. I
don't need to talk. No, see you. No, that's your problem. You always like you always want to put a filter on your life, right? And it's okay just to be filter free. It's like, I promise you, nobody cares. Nobody cares besides the people that matter.
Where's MJ?
Like I said, her little ass in the bed, probably snoring and slobbing. Let her stay where she at. So nobody cares. Yeah, so exactly. That's where I get it from, right? So, we're on the StreamYard boy, right? And of course, she got phone in hand, phone rings, and you already know who it is. It is her nickname, not mine, Chef Bay. My name for dude is SO, significant other. So it's significant other. And then Karen could have easily been like, hold on for a second, and then, took the phone and kept it private. So I don't know why she feels as though I'm a girlfriend. I don't sit down to pee. Right? I'm not your girlfriend, but she want to make me inclusive to all facets of her life. Like we're closer than close behind, off air, right? Like, we're fam, not a problem, right? But I don't need, nor do I want to know, like, I promise you, I'm old. Like, tell me a football score. Tell me a sports story. Don't tell me nothing about relationship and love. Like, I got, my craziness upstairs I got to deal with. But long story short, and then to make it really sweet, I'm going to refer to old boy by Kern's nickname, Chef Bay. So Chef Bay gives Kern a call and they going back and forth, and he like, what's for dinner? And then she say something, right? And then he was like, yeah, well, I want such and such. And then she popped off like it wasn't happening. Like it's not. And then he laughed it off one bone. Like, it wasn't, it just, how men call home like da-da-da-da. And then women be like, because like women are so effing defiant for no reason. So she was just, and I guess she was trying to show me that she wasn't mad. Okay, a couple of things. She was trying to show me that hush with like, I'm taking the filter off you, filter queen, today. She was trying to show me that she wasn't digmatized. She wasn't trying to show me that she wasn't madly in love. She was still trying to show me that she was a thorny chick, right? No, the thorny chick, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The thorny chick is dead, right? Keep it a buck. The thorny chick is dead. No, it's not. Can I finish my story? If I'm lying,
go ahead. Go ahead go ahead. Tell your narrative. Go ahead.
It's not a narrative; it's the truth, right? Like I'm just, it's the truth, and I'm without embellishment, right? So look, so of course she's on her laptop. That means laptop is mobile, right? And so I hear this moving, like so they go through and what you call it? They laugh, kiki and kaka, and she's right. She's smiling from the inside out, like. Kern is some would say light skinned, I would say pale. So when her emotions show through her, right? So her cheeks was like cherry red, like she was just beaming. Like I was like, look at her, she glowing. Anyway, she talked all that tough rah shit about I ain't cooking nothing, like you get it when you get home, Oh, she was just showing her doggone natural yellow ass. And I'm and I'm sitting, I'm be honest, I was just frustrated because I called to talk business and I keep like, this is not helping me move the needle in the business life. Who cares? Right. But I'm a friend, right? Not a problem. So I hear this, they get off the phone. I hear all the ruffling and rustling and like, cause she's on the laptop, right? I'm emphasizing that point. Why this heifer? Yes, I said heifer. Yes. Get mad if you want to. Why does heifer have her ass in the kitchen? Sure did. I see fruits. I see vegetables. I
impact the whole grocery cart in the kitchen. I sure did.
I hit the doggone refrigerator open and close. I hear pots rattling, and I'm like, I guess we're done. And then because he said that he wanted it done by 5, done by 5 or whatever, because he'd be there by 5:30.
Okay, let's actually let's.
No, we're not. You're not. I'm sorry. I like my version better because we're under.
It's embellished as hell because that's
that's the truth. You okay? The basic truth is you pop that doggone shiro shit. Your man said, and you jumped your ass upstairs and got in the kitchen. That's without embellishment. I just tell a great story, right? So that's exactly, he hit you with that him to him, and you hum your ass upstairs the stairs. That's what happened.
I did, and then you gonna text me later. Then you gonna text me later. Oh, did you make dinner? I certainly did. I certainly did.
So listen to the podcast when she get the popping that. Don't believe the hype. Shout out to my man Flavor Flav. Anyway.
All right. So we're moving on to my favorite part. It's that good old what? Oh, well, no, let's not. Will you going to tell what's going on in the world of Mad Titan?
Oh, look at you. How considerate. Right. I'll keep this briefer than brief. Close and close. Yeah. God loves me. I'm a sinner. End of story.
And MJ rules the world.
No. I'll be a little more giving. I won't be total ass. Life, like I got no major complaints, man. Life is good, right? Life is, everybody in my circle was killing it. I mean, like killing it. Like I'm impressed with everybody. I have an uber small circle. And my little brother was over a couple of weeks ago. It was me, him, and Nick at the table, right? And we were sitting down strategizing on some shit. And like everybody in my circle was just the needle's like real live moving. And I'm so happy, pardon me, for us, not only getting to the bag, it's just that we speaking on shit and now shit is starting to appear. And that does my heart wonders because I honestly, sincerely believe like consistency in whatever it is that you're doing. Like you don't have to know all the magic formulas, all this grandiose bullshit. Just be consistent in your efforts. And so as we were sitting at the table going back and forth, giving each other ideas, I'm pointing out people can be better in what they're doing. Like, and then actually now looking back from that and then see the needle move in a very short amount of time, man, that's a great look indeed. So yeah, that's where I'm at. We good on this side of town, man. We making shit happen.
Facts, not fiction. So yeah, on to my favorite part of the show. It's my good old ratchet segment called What the Fuck News. So, DK, in a perfect world, well, let's say in a pseudo perfect world, and you weren't behind a trash truck.
Hey, stop. I don't know what pseudo means. Like, help me.
Fake. In a false
perfect world. Mm-hmm. It's like a contradiction, but I'm a
in a pseudo perfect world. Gotcha. And you work behind a trash truck and you worked a regular 9-to-5 office job. Would you participate, knowing you being you, would you have sex with a coworker?
Well, we do have female coworkers, by the way. We do have female coworkers that throw trash, and some of them broads throw trash better than the old heads. I promise you, they get back that doggone joint. Like, I'm gonna answer your question, right? This young broad, like she was 20 something, and then she tried to give it to me. And I'm not talking about sex people. So it's like being behind the truck is a competitive thing, right? So what it is just, and granted, it was her route, and the route was light, right? And so she tried to turn it up, like she out there doing bang, 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 bang. And you know me, man. I just marvel at people. Like I play chess for real. Like she was gone, and then I'm like, okay, cool, right? And I'm knowing where the boundaries at on the route. And I know you're probably like, I didn't even ask you, so why are you giving us this story, right? I don't know where it came from, but please bear with me. So she was gone, right? But we halfway through the route. You know what I mean? She just right in front of me. Cool, okay, cool, all right. So not a problem. So what happens is, she's like 20 something years younger than me, but she was killing it. But experience beats youth any day. Experience. And so I could see her, it's in the wintertime, but I see that sheen on her face. I mean, she's sweating. I see the breathing. I see the hand on the hips. Like telltale signs of like, okay, I got you, right? I just need to maintain and wait for you to start to peter out. And then, just let me get all that off you. But to answer your question, in the perfect world, would I have sex with a coworker if I wasn't married or if I am married? I got to be real careful. Like my wife don't listen, but some of her girlfriends do.
Obviously, you wouldn't be.
I mean, the perfect world, I would be married. Not saying I have the perfect life, but yeah, the perfect world.
That's why I said pseudo perfect.
I probably would be married there too. Okay, cool. So, it depends on how bad the broad is. Got to be worth it. First of all, you never shit where you eat at. You just don't do that. Because if things don't go right, then it's a hellstorm of a mess. A couple of things. If things don't go right, two things can happen. She can get strung out on the dick if the dick ain't trash, or the dick can be trash and your name gonna be trash. Literally. Trash, man. So she gotta be worth it. She gotta be worth the risk. Like she gotta be, she got to be G Monelli. Like I got to have it, right? So, but if she ain't, I got to have it, then it's now. I'm good. I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Okay. So
what about you? Would you?
Nah, I'm like you. I can't shit where I eat, especially like before Chef Bay. I work with single doctors and things like that, and they shoot their shot and all that. But I'm like, I mean, if I want to know about your sex game, all I got to do is go ask the nurse on, 3CD. She'll tell me if the dick was trash, if whatever. So, nah, I'm good. Because the thing is, if the dick is trash, I got to see you every day. And then we know me, I'm going to tell the business.
See,
when your
that's
business
not
is
how does that
around.
work out? So okay, and that's the great term, or that's the latest, term about, I mean, the dick being trash. Why can't the box be, what I mean? Why can't the box be trash? Why can't the box stink? Or why can't the box be damaged? Why can't the box be, dry? Like just as much you got trashy dick, you got trashy snatch. Like it's a two-way street. Like females don't think just because you
I
got.
don't. But
Say again.
I said I don't. I don't have that issue.
How do
But
you? Okay. So you say you don't. You're not qualified to say whether you do or don't. I would have to talk to your SO or your previous SOs to confirm what you believe to be true, no matter if that's a pseudo or not. Dear,
right. Okay. I listen. I'll have my SO and my resume. Have a talk with you. So
yeah, post on the gram. Anyway, go ahead.
So this is sex with a coworker. So he was a coworker, but in a different position than I was. I trained him myself. So we would talk here and there. He invited me out for drinks after work, and we ended up having sex in my pool, then at my place, and it went on for several weeks. However, unfortunately, he started bringing me breakfast to work and telling coworkers that I was taken. So it ended quick. Came in whistling Dixie, bringing lunch and shit, and then effed up the groove, and then told the coworkers she was taken, and so she told him bye-bye.
Where do I start to pick this bullshit apart? Do I pull the corn out of the bullshit? Because this is special bullshit. Because it's corn in it. Anytime you got corn, corn is the indestructible vegetable, is the fruit. It's indestructible, whatever you want to classify it. You can chew corn up. You can put corn in the blender. You can puree corn. Corn is going to come out whole in your shit. TMI alert, TMI alert. I know. But look, my man, you were straight broad. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You were straight female. You were straight broad. You was a girl. And I don't mean that okay, I do. I want to be overly offensive when I say you was a broad, right? Your panties was in a bunch, your thong was riding high, your nipple clamps was on too tight, right? I don't understand the reason why you had to come and let the world know that, she blessed you, with the good stuff below the navel area. I don't understand when you had to come through and let these people know, like, yeah, I'm doing ABC. Yeah, that's me right there. Yeah, I'm doing, so big up to you because the dick wasn't trash because it went on longer than a one-time session, right? It was going on for weeks. So in her eyes, you were good enough to, okay, perfect. Play your position. I don't gotta, you're claimed, but I'm not claiming you. We got this understanding. Keep it understood. You, because of your ego and, let me go tell somebody like what I'm doing. Let me go show that's me right. I'm like, dude, really? This how you should have played that. I don't know who your weak ass is, but this how you should have played that game. Being as though I'm assuming I don't know, y'all didn't have that conversation about, exclusivity, about whatever. It's just a fuck ship. This how you test the waters if she was in her feelings, right? This how you test the waters. Never open your mouth about what you're doing first and foremost. And then the second thing, because she want to keep it, on the down low. Shout out, man, R. Kelly, don't drop the soap. Stop showing interest to another female coworker, maybe while, in her presence. I mean, nothing crazy, but just laugh a little bit too long, be a little bit too touchy-feely on the arm, no place crazy. Just reach out and do it so she can see it, right? And then the next time you had that conversation, and then she say, if she make mention of that and it's in a what the fuck you doing type shit, she's into you more so than, right? And then you can start to, I know it's manipulative as hell, right? Somebody cash at me. I'm just giving somebody a lot of games. Then you can start to make her tell exactly what it is. So you're going to get what you want in the long run, but you got to force her hand. What happened was the pussy was so good to you, and she was 9 times out of 10 was, maybe a step above you, right? And you couldn't believe that it was happening. So you had to go share that with the world. Only thing you had to do was, man, ain't about nothing. Because it's not. In her eyes, at work, it's not about nothing. What we do, it's not about nothing. It ain't about nothing to nobody. But if you wanted it to be about something, only thing you had to do is show interest elsewhere. And I promise you, she was going to act like your girlfriend. Although y'all was in a fuck ship, she was going to act like your girlfriend. And if you the call, she didn't answer. If you like, I'm trying to come over, and then she And then she would eventually, and then like, oh, okay, cool. And then you would have got what you wanted. But being as though you was just happy, you was a happy dick nigga. I'm done. Shout out to the happy dick niggas that fuck up good fuck ships.
If I was your girlfriend.
I don't think that fits, but I get you. Like, that was a nice little joint, but that don't fit. You know what I mean? Like, oh Jesus. Happy dick nigga.
Yeah. I mean, he came, listen, his boss was like, and he felt like, you know, letting the world.
Happy dick nigga. That's what he was. Happy dick. Oh, Jesus. She letting me fuck. I gotta go tell somebody. I'm about to call my mama. I'm gonna call my mama. I'm about to bring you a daughter-in-law home. Is she better than the last ratchet bone-headed hoe? She's better than the last ball. She better than them mama. She better. She got real hair.
Now she got real hair, child. Now she got real hair.
Oh man, you don't sit your happy dick nigga.
She got the real. She got the real hair. Like she got the good weave. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. She got real. And it's not going to weave, right? Because like I promise, she's not at all. But you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so I'm off the happy dick nigga. This dude here, like, dude, don't look a gift horse in its mouth. That's a very old.
No, I give him kudos because listen, what? If you hush your face, I tell you, there's a lot of. What? There's a lot of, you got to think though. Well, you can't because you haven't been single since, you know, stone tablets, but it's okay.
I came out my mother in a relationship. I just been married since.
Right. You right.
Jesus.
Like I said, you ain't been single since stone tablets. So my thing is this. There's a lot of things that we make accommodations for. My whole thing is, listen, there's a lot of people out here fucking and can't even get a breakfast sandwich. Like, at least he was concerned about her nutrition. At least he gave her a bottle of water, some juice, or something. You could barely get a washcloth out these niggas.
Right, I get that, right? So let me help y'all out because you know I do the transparent thing, right? And the reason they be like, you know, he's so judgmental. He's so like, okay, at one point in time in my life, I was a happy dick nigga, right? I'm just keeping it a buck. One time, I was a happy dick. The situation happened, and I'm like, and it wasn't so much that she was. It was just that I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the box was the bomb. Who knows? But I too was that happy dick nigga, right? So I can relate to that. But what I've learned as I got older, females love you more when you don't care. I know that sounds crazy. But when it doesn't make no sense to me. But when you act aloof, like I don't give like whatever, go ahead, kick rocks. She will try 10 times as harder to be like, what's wrong? Like everything, and you act like it ain't about nothing. I don't know how that reverse psychology to this day works. And some female gonna hear this and she gonna deny up and out, oh, that don't work on me. But as soon as you think that your man, if you really love him, let me put that caveat out there. If you think your man really loves you and he's acting indifferent towards you, you want to find out what's going on, especially if things was going good. And he could be going through something that has nothing to do with you, right? Mm-hmm. But you and your whatever, you and your insecurities, you being, you know, overly sensitive, you need to know, okay, I need to make sure things are good between, and that's how a dude on the cool keep you around longer than sometimes it's not even intended to be, because he's acting like you and the relationship ain't about nothing, right? Like, and women, for some reason, like if I'm overstepping myself in school, it's all right. Somebody inbox me, right? I won't say all women. Some women need relationships to validate them. And so the longer that you act like it really ain't about nothing, she ain't going nowhere no time soon. Don't be crazy with it, right? And you can't act moody and indifferent all the time. Just out the blue, clear blue sky with just once in the blue. Just okay, cool. So I'm gonna play this today, right? You know, put on the toes. Make sure, you know what I mean? Just the way that Chef Bay did Kern, get your ass in the kitchen, right? That's how you gotta, you know what I mean?
You're not
all
gonna
you can do is like, hush. Yeah,
right.
Eat that humble pie is what you do.
No, I eat lasagna. That's what I made that day.
It doesn't make a difference. It was sprinkled with humbleness. I don't fuck what you cooked in the kitchen. It was sprinkled with humbleness.
It was not.
Sit your ass down to pee from here on out.
No, I will not. My aim will still be better, and my thing will still be bigger.
Oh, you got me beat. Like, I promise you. Like, I piss everywhere, and yeah, I need to lose stomach to gain 2 inches. Like, read between the lines. Okay, cool.
I cannot.
See, that's the thing, though. So you can't come for me because I'll come for myself as you come for me and join you and getting at me. That's how I've been trying to teach Mama that. Like when they, you got to join on yourself and get back at them. That takes the wind out of their jokes. Anyway, moving right along.
So now that we're, done with sex with coworkers.
Sad ass, happy dick ass nigga. Happy dick ass nigga. Happy.
Okay, Stick Meaner, calm down. So, since we're talking about sex, listen to this. If a man can ask a woman for sex, does that mean a woman?
Stop. Hey. See, Jesus, I want to throw something upside your doggone light skinned head. We supposed to be bringing something new to the podcast, do we not? And you about to jump right into the. So you want to save it for the next podcast?
That's fine. I can do it right now.
No. I see. It's all right. It's all right. You had, lasagna on your mind. I get it. So please get into the meat and potatoes of, So like we got something coming new, right? It's not major, but we adding a wrinkle to the podcast that we're going to unveil.
We're not adding a wrinkle.
We are adding a wrinkle. Okay. And we'll unveil that the next podcast, dear, if that's okay with you. I do work for you.
Most women don't like wrinkles, and I don't like wrinkles in my clothes. So no, it's not a wrinkle. It's just
who irons their clothes anymore? Like I don't get that. I get that you go to suit and tie, but if you're just regular out the house, you're out to dry on the body. That's just me.
Keep it up on the floor tonight. Oh, my bad, JT moment.
Suit and tie. Okay. Anyway, come on now.
My suit and tie. Okay. If a man can ask a woman for sex, does that mean a woman can ask the man for money?
If a man can ask, gimme, run them jaws, pot them legs, bend over, bust it open. If a man can ask a woman for sex, can a virtuous and righteous woman ask a man for his coins? Can she ask him for that debit card? Can she ask him for that credit card? Can she ask him for Cash App information? Man, like, do you got a lifetime to talk about this? Like, this topic right here? This shit right here? Right here? I'm gonna be a gentleman, right? And I'm gonna get out the way, and I'm gonna let my co-host, because this is, the meat and potatoes of the podcast. You know what I mean? If a man can ask a woman to, have intimate dealings with her, right? Does she have the right to ask to be paid for those intimate dealings? What say you, Karen?
Listen, if I feel like those are the parameters of the relationship, where it's just like, if you're gonna be in a real relationship, then no, I don't feel like that's necessarily suitable to a certain extent. We all prostitute ourselves in a certain way in a relationship. Whether you're in the kitchen cooking, whether you're the one who's doing all the financial.
You just want some dick.
All right. It's not a bad thing. But no, if you're the one that's cooking, if you're the one who's doing all the finances, everybody plays a certain role in their relationship. Obviously, these are part of the tough conversation that you need to have in the beginning of a relationship of, if you believe, in gender roles, or we gonna do this together, and whatever. And you have to play to, each other's strong suit. Like, clearly, if I'm better at money, it would be wiser for me to make financial choices for us and our family, because I'm not going to squander it, make late payments and all that kind of dumb shit. So, in a traditional relationship, I would say that, again, we all prostitute ourselves to a certain extent. Somebody's paying for the dinner, somebody paying for the groceries, somebody paying for the gas, and when you're in a relationship, it really doesn't matter who's doing what, because it's for the both of you. Now, in situations where it's a situationship or a fuck ship, like you like to call it, I don't feel that it's inappropriate, because you want the box. So why shouldn't I get paid for it? Why shouldn't I get something out of it other than, a wet ass?
Wet ass. Sticky buns. Anyway, so this is why I got a problem with.
I cannot.
What?
I like big butts and I cannot lie. All you other brothers can't deny.
You like 4 years old when I came out? Hush your face. Look. So, Yeah, I don't. Yeah, stop listening to old school on Sirius Radio. Look, um, I'm kind of I don't know where I'm at with this, to be honest, right? Because I believe that and this is I just believe a person can do what they want with their body as long as you're not harming anybody else. But if it's your body and if you're of age, a couple things. If you're of age and of sound mind, you can do what you want. I think the moral police have made certain things, in their world immoral, right? And I'm talking about like real life prostitution, right? And don't get me wrong, right? A lot of streetwalkers, ladies of the evening, they get in that lifestyle because of some type of abuse for the most parts, right? For the most. But flipping that coin, not even over, but actually putting this on its edge and standing it up, like people have taken the age-old profession of prostitution and have created businesses that's just prostitution, right? Right? Think about it. Fans only fans. How you say the damn terminology? Which one is it? OnlyFans. So you got OnlyFans doing the thing now, right? That's although you don't have any physical contact, to my knowledge, I don't know. I've yet to partake. It's still, if you pay me, I'm going to do a certain sexual act. Some of them, not saying all of them, right? So that's a form of prostitution, right? Because you have some prostitutes that have, clients and there's no physical touching. She just has to do something, say something, call at a certain time. And then it just so, oh man, my thing is whatever make you happy. And that's just my motto and mantra. Like whatever makes you happy. I'm not God. At the end of the day, when your life is over, right? When this version of your life is over, you got to go holler at him and, explain your actions, right? Bottom line, flat out. So is it right? I think that has to be understood, right? From the beginning. I don't think that, you give him the box and then you turn around and ask for money. Because he's going to think that he's getting the box because we went out on a date, or that, you just digging his style, or that you found him attractive, and it's mutualism in the sex. Like you want to get off and he wants to get off, right? If that's not your MO, just be upfront. Now, a lot of women won't be upfront because they don't want to come across as being, well, I won't say a lot, because you got a lot of females nowadays, man. It is what it is, right? I'm pretty sure, and somebody's probably, tell me I'm dead ass wrong, with the pandemic going on, right? A lot of strip places were closed and strippers had to make their money somehow, right? I promise you they pulled out the little black book and went down the Rolodex. Like if they was used to making $500 to $1,000 a night, they had a lot of work to put in to maintain their lifestyle, right? Does that make them wrong? Or did they play Chick-fil-A and learn how to pivot their business and adjust? And still, maintain their lifestyle or maintain the way of doing business by, opening up another branch and doing business, right? Like, I don't know these things, but what I do know is I don't think it's wrong. I just think that, a conversation needs to be had and people's intentions need to be upfront right off the get-go. You just got to know what it is going in, right? And then in doing so, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Don't try to make it more than what it is. And I think that happens a lot too, right? Like, and guys is like, I'm not even knocking women because it's their bodies, but guys is, we're such vultures. I'm just going to be real. And I'm not saying this to kiss up the women and be on women. Like I'm not doing that. I'm just keeping it a buck, right? That's 100 times two if you haven't found out what a buck is, right? So I'm doubling down on keeping it real, which is a buck, right? But guys will know a female is in a situation, and this is how effed up men can be. They'll know that she's in a situation that she needs help, right? And then he doesn't understand the laws of attraction, right? You give and you should get. He wants to navigate the giving and getting right then and there. He wants to be in control of that. And so, and he could just help her out. No strings involved. Like, I don't want nothing for you. I see that you're in a situation. You're not, crying wolf. You didn't fuck off the rent money. You're in a situation and you need help, right? And but most guys, they get to thinking with their little head, not their big head. They see a come up. Well, I'll take care of whatever the case may be for you if you get out them drawers for me, right? And then she's thinking like, wow, really? And then what happens, some females, not all, they go ahead and they do what needs to be done. And so like that's to me is not right. If you are in the position to honestly help a person, then help them the blessings, whether you believe in God or not, you know what I mean? Whether you think the universe is funking with you or not, you have to understand once you give and you put no doggone, no obligations to what you gave. Like if you just give, just be given, right? You don't understand the blessings that will like you'll be, and I'm not even talking about being financially blessed. You will get blessed in so many ways, or the favor will be returned to you in so many ways that sometimes has nothing to do with money, but your whole life could change by you just looking out when you were in the position to look out, right? So, I know that's like long-winded, but that's just one way of, me looking at that. Now, if it just is what it is, man, and that's how she getting down and that's how he want to get down, but by all means, I don't got no problem with it. I think what happens is that will save all parties involved with the rigmarole of the bullshit. Because I think what happens is the bullshit gets in the way because you don't understand exactly what the situation is that y'all find yourself in. Are we in a relationship? Are we in a fuckship? Are we just conducting business? And both parties got to understand there's nothing wrong if you're consenting adults. Key and operative word is consenting and adults. There's nothing wrong. You know what I mean? With conducting business, right? Like, I don't got to call you. I don't got to check on you. I don't got to care about I don't got to send you no roses. I don't got to do none of that. And then, if she's not feeling bad, you know what I mean? Then please, by all means, knock yourself out. So, man, yeah, I got no problem with it. I guess I was long-winded and all over the place. But final answer, I have no problem with it.
So, my thing about relationships is, my parents, I can't really say my parents, but I think the old school kind of thought was about relationships is that you got to pay to play. So for me, like, and I say this about Bay a lot, is that when I was growing up, my grandmother used to always tell us, you never let a man come to your house empty handed. And I didn't understand what that meant because I was, 5, 6. But now that I'm grown, I understand what that means. And so she was like, if he's coming to your house for dinner, he should bring something. I don't care if it's a salad, a bottle of wine, rolls, whatever. He should bring something. He should contribute in some kind of way. And so we've evolved that into, you got to pay to play. So my thing is,
hold that thought for a second, right? Let's scale this back. Because in the beginning of the podcast, we talked about how your SO, pulled the ultimate slick move in gradually. Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm doing it wrong. So is he paying to stay? I know we're talking about paying to play. Is he because if he's there more times than not? Because like you can't say, and then in your, like, I would hope that the advice that you're about to give is a reflection of your personal life. So I'll ask, right, how's that working out? Have y'all discussed the finances, or it's not yet been discussed?
No, it's been discussed. He does help out.
Okay, cool. Right. I don't know about that, right? Because sometimes it's just, to me, like, if you like a person, you like a person. Like, what happens is I'm old school, right? I'm 51. So, and I get all that. But if you like a person, you like a person. You just like, and then things grow because of, we have this shared interest of, we like each other, and then we build from there. Right. But if you come into the mentality, or you start with the mentality of like, and then, okay, so the mentality, if you have that, you're going in as a prostitute, you're going in as a hoe, whether you want to make that word good, bad, or indifferent.
Again, I feel like we prostitute ourselves in relationships in one way or the other.
Such as what? No, I think that's wrong. I don't agree with that, right? Because it has to be courtship. It has to be, and that's not necessarily, because if I okay, let's see, hypothetically, I take you out to dinner because I'm digging you and your style, right? I'm digging the way that you stand up to pee. I'm digging the fact that your dick is bigger than mine. Not a problem. I'm digging all those things about you. Joke. People calm down. But I'm digging that about you, right? Right. And I take you out, right? And we vibing, right? It's not so much I am paying to eventually get in your drawers. It's courting you. We're going out to get something to eat. I just think it's about a mindset and the way that you're looking at a situation. I never thought that, Nikki was gaming me out of money and things, you know what I mean? And then I was trying to game her to have sex. That wasn't the case. It was just like, oh, she cute, or she whatever, right? Oh, he cute, oh, he whatever. And so it was more so time spent. And then, of course, men supposed to do ABC, pay for, and I get that. I didn't make up the rules. I just adhere to them, right? And so, and then of course, women, if you're smart, don't let the man pay all the time, right? Show that you're capable and that you want to, pull out your wallet. And then when you do that, men will be like, okay, cool. She can bring something to the table, right? I don't want to be bringing table food and entertainment all the time. She can bring something once in a blue moon, and a man doesn't mind maintaining that, because he doesn't feel as though that it's always on me every time out. It's a we thing and not a me thing, right? So I don't think that, you going into with that attitude. If you're going into with that attitude and whatnot, you're always going to go into it with what's in it for me instead of what's in it for us.
But given this millennial dating, nobody is thinking about us. Everybody is out for self.
Are you speaking for all millennials?
No, obviously not, because a lot of millennials, there's still a lot of millennials who are, marriage minded and things like that. But for somebody who's coming off the dating train and in a relationship, there is a lot more selfishness and a lot of guys are really, what can I get out of a woman type dudes. And that's just the real of it.
Okay, stop. You can't pull a female Steve Harvey. Maybe the guys that you were dealing with was that, right? Because if you go back to a couple of podcasts, like, you had some real characters. I don't want to call them weirdos, but you had some real live weirdo type characters that you was dealing with. So they didn't come like, I'm assuming, because I don't know him either, how your SO is coming off. They're not, they're not that. So in whatever he's bringing to the table, you feel comfortable enough to be where you at in your relationship with him, right? Not a problem. But you're speaking on just your past experiences, and you can't speak on the totality.
My thing is, though, but in sharing my experience, what we learned was our fans and my girlfriends who were dating were going through the same thing. So it wasn't just me trying to be the Steve Harvey for all females. It's what a lot of
in Ohio. You come on, you in a rural town.
Oh my God.
So just the truth. You in a rural town, so you think just like
really.
I'm just being a buck. You take it how you want to take it. Like, and okay, let's take the jokes. Let's be a buck, right? If you're talking to, you said your girlfriends, right? Birds of a feather flock together. Y'all going to have similar experiences, because like, it is what it is. Y'all all dating in the same town. Like, that's just the data, right? I'm not being a dick here. I'm just being real. That's just the data of your
Everybody
friends.
is in the same town.
Okay, it doesn't make a difference, but it's still the data of your friends. Birds of a feather flock together, right? But go ahead.
So then the inference is that we're all dating the same suck ass niggas.
It's a possibility. It's not my fault. I got bad taste, but please go ahead.
Oh.
That has nothing to do with me.
Right. So my thing is, though, with the way men approach women and the way that, dating is just, I don't want to say, I guess, consulted, or the way it's approached is just what? I feel, everybody's out for self. Everybody wants to know what they can get out of the relationship. Like,
you're right. And maybe because I haven't,
right, since stone tablets.
No, but that's not even the point. Like, but I do have interactions. Like, I do got friends that are single, right? I had to think about that for a second. I do got friends that are single, and then my wife has so many. So, and then I stay in her girlfriend's business, and to a degree, there's some truth to what you're saying. But I also know of people that go through, right? And it's not they're going in with like I can't get that. I can't co-sign that. That's not a total thing. It's a totality type thing. It's just not. Like, I'm just sorry. Like, I'm not gonna let that picture being painted. And I guess I'm standing up for men. Like, don't get me wrong. We can be sexual dogs at times, and we all have when we're going through that. But just as many of us men are sexual dogs or were sexual dogs, got my hand up, right? You got a lot of people that suck ass niggas. I too am, truth be told, a suck ass nigga. I love. I want to be, in a relationship, where the love is just overpouring and that's just me. And I don't believe that my wants are exclusive. I think there's a lot of guys that want to, right? But I just can't let you, and then you can come back at me, I'm not tripping, paint the picture of the totality of men being, we just out for one thing. You know what I mean? Nah, that's just not what the case may be. You like if women coming off, if they only got one thing to give, then how you expect a man to act? Like, so it's a two-way street. You can't come, if you go into a relationship and you thinking to yourself, okay, he's only after my pussy, right? And then you're going to do a couple of things. You're going to make getting to know you virtually impossible because you're guarding the least important part of your body. Like, let's keep it real. Like, having sex it's the heart. That's the most important, right? It's your soul. That's the most important, right? But you don't got no problem spilling all your beans and teas and giving all your intimate secrets away as you're, having pillow talk. But, you gonna guard your pussy like it's special. It ain't. It's
but
not.
a lot of couples aren't having pillow talk. Listen, I'm gonna help you out. In 2021, but I can go from 2020 to 2021. Why? Listen, y'all do it. He calls you an Uber, you get out. But the thing is, we changed the standard of dating. We changed the standard of what we accepted as men and as women, not just females. But when we started accepting less, then we got less. So that's how we end up in situations like that. Because of the thing is, on social media, you hear dudes complain all the time about, they like guys make jokes about, oh, if I give her $40, I can get some head, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, it's funny to a certain degree, but depending on how you present yourself, that's maybe all you're going to get.
Yeah, but once again, first of all, let's keep it a buck, right? I'm not gonna do a buck. I think when I do the buck, people get lost. I'm gonna do the buck for them, right? It all begins and starts with the woman. Like the onus, like, okay, it starts with you. It starts with, like, so women kill me, like, Lord Jesus Monella. Like, I don't understand. Like, God bless and rest my Uncle Fish. That's Fish, Uncle Fish, right? He said, and this has nothing to do with nothing. It just came to my mind. He said he could never be, if he was a woman, he could never be broke. It's like he would be selling pussy out of both pants legs, right? That's what he said. I heard this as a kid. I was young, and I laughed my ass off. I'm like, my uncle crazy as shit. But then as I got older, and the reason I remember this, right, is because it rings so true. And okay, let's remove from actually selling pussy out of both pants legs. But what he's talking about is women have the power. But what happens is a lot of women got daddy issues. A lot of women don't know what love is. A lot of women, because their mothers or the significant or the other women, the older women in their lives have been damaged, and they pass that damage on to them, and so they pick up those ideologies, and now they're basing love understanding on broken and misunderstood ideology of hurt, broken people that came before them that taught them. So you got to take ownership of your own shit first. And I'm talking to women out there, right? I ain't talking to the dudes, because the dude is going to follow the play of a woman all day long. If his doggone thing is to get the pussy, he's still going to follow the play. So however you present yourself is the way he's going to rock out. So if you talking about, if he offer you off the dickhead, which I think is totally disrespectful, if you're not standing on the corner, you know what I mean? And he off the dickhead, casually tell me, yeah, I got $40 with that mouth, dude. And then if you even entertain that conversation, that's not on him, that's you. Because if you entertain that, if you're setting the bar, if you entertaining, it's not that the bar is low, there is no bar. Let's keep it a buck. It all starts, like, women always talking about what men do. They ain't this, they ain't that. No, come on, wake the fuck up. It's on you females. And they probably like, well, how is that? Because we're going to follow wherever y'all lead. Jay-Z gave you, sometimes rap ain't rap, right? Rap is not, sometimes you get life lessons, listen to rap. Jay-Z told you, and I think he did the joint with the duet with R. Kelly. We talking about, like, he was talking about the power of the P-U-S-S-Y. Like, we get fly for the pussy. We get haircuts for the pussy. We buy new cars for the pussy, right? We stay dipped for the, like, we do all this, ain't even nowhere near the pussy, but we get that way just in case we gonna get some pussy. So women, if you know you got the power with the pussy, right? Okay, you take that off the table. Like, no, boo-boo. No. Like, let me go ahead and get them out. And I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm going to jump in my feminine bag for you women. So I want to help somebody this morning. You will tell dude, no. Like, that's not even, like, what we talking about? Like, I got toys. I got fingers. I got doggone cucumbers. I got whatever. I got carrot sticks. I'm going to take care of me at the crib and do it well and nasty. So we not even, if you really want me, then want me without that. Okay, got one for you, right? I have a saying, right? And I'm pretty sure I didn't piece it together from somewhere, right? You got to love the women. This is how you got to make men understand. You have to make them love the process of you and fuck the results of you. And what I mean by that, men are, for the most part, the results of them getting at you is the result they want it to be is sex, right? Not a problem. The process of you is the getting to know you. You control that. But if you give them the results quick, fast, in a hurry, then of course men are going to, because all they want is the results. You control the process. So if you start to have a conversation and the conversation is results driven, talking about sex driven, right? Then of course, how you think he gonna act? Because you got the power. Well, that's what's wrong with women today. Y'all forgot y'all got the power.
I don't think that we forgot that we have the power.
You shitting me?
I don't think some women are taught that. That I feel
they
like
need to listen to the podcast. They need to, and I'm sorry I'm talking a little bit, but you'll be all right. They need to listen to me because I'm getting real game today. Like nobody got to tell me I'm spitting some good shit. I'm spitting some real live shit, right? Like I'm married, right? I've been married for a grip, right? And then my relationship is nasty and as kinky as I used to be, right? I promise you, I just want to cuddle. That's all I want to do nowadays. I'm tired. I just want to cuddle, right? But like I do things for my wife, and I know that there's no box in the making. I got a honey-do list that's so motherfucking long, and I be coming home from work, I be tired as a motherfucker. But man, so she understands the journey, and I understand the process, right? She understands, like she knows how to, and she know, okay, he gonna moan, he gonna bitch a little bit, he gonna complain. 10 minutes later, it's done. Car wash done. I need you to go back and pick up, the dog poop that you don't even get, because she too, daddy got it done. Like, so there's things that men will do that, like, we already know, but that's once again, women understanding their power, controlling their narrative. What happens is women, y'all, so wherever you getting your information from, stop. So if your mother talking dumb shit, stop listening to your mom. Flat out. If your auntie and them is talking dumb shit, stop listening to them doggone broke down bitches. Stop. Because what's going to happen is eventually you're going to be just like them, but you and you alone have the power to change the narrative of your life of dealing with men. If you respond to every, booty call, then he know what it is. He know that once he gonna go through the Rolodex or whatever, or he gonna go through the context. Let me go and bring it up to date. He gonna go through the context, and if the context ain't hitting, then he hit you up, and then it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning time. Best believe you wasn't the first. If it's 2 or 3 when you getting the text, you wasn't the first number he decided to call. Somebody cash at me.
Right. It goes down in the DMs. And that's the thing. I don't know if some women just haven't been taught, if they just don't know. I can't speak for everybody else. Prior to dating Bay, I was very, very, I would bring it to the podcast because it was funny about how I was approaching the DMs. Because, dudes would be like, hi, hello. I saw you have a podcast. They try to get in. I'm like, okay, what's your favorite episode? And they can't tell you one title without looking it up. But then they're like, hey, can you send me a picture of what? You want a picture of the mic? You want a picture of my house? You want a picture of my car?
So you're actually agreeing with what I'm saying, because you see how they come and you still didn't give away your power and you control the narrative of that, right? And let me help women out. Let me help women and men out, right? Look, ladies, stop going to women for advice. Because a woman can't tell you about the dynamics of a man. They can only tell you about their past experiences. Please, somebody cash at me. I'm not playing no more. Like, it's a free podcast, but I take $1 in the cash app. Get at your boy, right? Not a problem. Make sure when you like put my cash app joint, because I'm dead ass. You make sure you put my cash app joint, you know what I mean, in the show notes. I'm not playing no more. Look, so ladies, stop taking advice from women. They're not giving you advice. They're just giving you experience, what they went through. Right. And some, for the most part, handle it fucked up. Right. Dudes, stop taking advice from other dudes. 9 times out of 10, them dudes lying to you. Your daddy lied to you. He wasn't playing. He was a simp. I'm just keeping it a buck. Stop taking advice from dudes. Like he lying. Right. So ladies, okay, if you're not taking advice from women, it's obvious. Take advice from a father or a father figure. Right. And they going to give you what it is. So if you really want to get to know a man and get to understand, how to find the good men, how to weed through the bullshit, go talk to some older men, right? Go talk to if you're in the church, go talk to somebody in the church. Like, somebody in the church doesn't mind having a real life. If you attend a church that understands its congregation, somebody will be there that's going to give you a real live conversation. Right? There's some part of the church, right? If you don't go to church, there's somebody that you can talk to in your circle, right? That's going to give you real live game. That's going to help you navigate those waters. But if you still listen to women about men, then you're going to have to, what's happening is then you're going to become that woman with that experience talking to another female, and you're not giving them advice. You're just only sharing your experience. And that's why women as a whole is losing, because they forgot they got the power.
No, and I absolutely agree about that. Like, we definitely give advice about life via our lens. Like how we view life, like if your lens is scratched, skewed, bruised, battered, whatever, that's how you give advice. That's how you see the world. And so a lot of times, I said that, I wanted to talk to, I said, I saw this meme and I said, it does need to be a focal point between women and men, is that, we talk a lot about, everybody having daddy issues, but we don't talk about the toxic moms that raise us. Because, those of us who, have parents who are divorced and things like that, like when your mom, like you have to be very careful. Like on the last podcast, I said, you got to be very careful about what you, especially as a woman who goes and tells their mom, every time you get into something with your boo, because she'll hold that against him forever and a day. And you be 6 months down the road and ain't even thought nothing else about it. Like y'all done kissed, made up and moved on and squabbled about something else. But you got to be very careful about how you share information, because everybody is giving it via their lens. How they view life is how they're telling you. And if they're in a bad spot, they're going to give you some bad advice.
Facts on facts on facts on facts. True indeed. Right. Previous podcast I spoke on, like I had to cultivate a relationship outside with my mother-in-law, outside of the one I had with her, with my wife, because that's her mother's her bestie. So when me and her would get into it, for whatever case may be, she's going to run to her mom. Of course, she ain't going to keep it 100. She ain't going to keep it a buck. She ain't going to do that. She's always going to paint it to the picture of like, I did something, right? And so once me and her mom had our own relationships, then she had to refocus on her daughter, like, but I know you. Not saying I'm right. I'm not saying that all the time, but she had to realize, okay, but I know my daughter. You saying all this, but there's something else with that. I don't see him because I know him now, not as well as I know you, going that hard to paint or going that left. So you got to, for sure. That's advice for anybody. Like, get your own relationship with them people. Like how, your SO is developing a relationship with your parents outside of you. Right. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he talks to your mom on a regular. Right. So if you ever were to, forget your own advice and go talk to your mom about him, like she's going to look at you like, okay, but I know him, or I know him at least that I know there's something else with this story. Same thing with your old man, Benz, though, that, your SO is taking the time out smartly, by the way, and developing those relationships within your family. Because I'm not sure what's going to, how it's going to turn out. You know what I mean? Or the longevity of it. But he's smart enough to know, like, since we in the mix, let me go ahead and insert myself as a player amongst the other players and just not exclusive to Kern, right? That means like she gets to paint the picture how she wants to. But if I go ahead and interact with all the players in her life, then they'll have their paintbrushes too. And so I'm good. That's smart. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but however you play it out, that was definitely smart on his behalf. And dudes and females, I encourage everybody, like if you in a relationship, not only just be not only relationship with that person that you're in love, like or whatever with, be in a relationship with all parts of their family, right? So they'll know you for you, right? Unless you're a fucked up individual. If you're a fucked up individual and you're lying, just keep that fucked up shit with the person that's tolerating your fucked up shit.
Right. So keep your toxicity to yourself. Keep your toxicity to yourself. That's the 2021 motto. Keep all your toxicity to yourself. But yeah, I do like the fact that he did cultivate relationships, within my family. I mean, but with my SO, it's different because we grew up together. So, I mean, he kind of knew everybody coming in and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? He did kind of have, I want to say, he had the cheat code, but, it does take a lot now because the difference is, that guy that, I dated when I was 20 is not the guy that I'm dating now that is 40 something.
I sure hope not.
And my daddy Jr. is team Derek. So he always says, oh, he's got my vote, or, pretty much whatever he says is,
anytime you got a man to make your ass get in the kitchen, you know what I mean? Anytime, man.
For months, though. It wasn't just that day. I've been cooking for
like the day you go to put a filter on. Nobody asks, nobody cares. I'm just like, because you talked all that wild cowgirl shit, right? You talked all that doggone Billy Badass shit. Right? No, you talk that stronger than thou shit. Your monkey ass was in that kitchen. Yeah.
Listen,
with the garlic toast and lasagna.
No, I did not make garlic toast. I did not.
You should have. You slipping.
I did not make garlic toast. I did not make sweet tea.
Gee, you suck. Anyway, you wanna you got anything else? If not, close us out so I can close us out.
Oh, wait. Now you rushing me?
You the one said that you got things to do and you're not being mindful of the time.
Oh, okay. It's always my fault. Always my fault.
Am I in this house? Am I lying?
What was that first part?
Yes or no? Am I lying?
Did I have stuff to do? Of course, I always have stuff to do.
So why you chop my head up? See, once again,
I
because
didn't chop
I'm
up
being
anything.
mindful and
I
thoughtful
didn't
of
go
a
there.
female
I
because she wants to be mannish. It's now I'm rushing her, but I'm just being thoughtful, right? It's all right.
didn't go Kill Bill. I didn't try to chop your head off. I didn't start whistling. Right. I didn't start whistling.
How do you explain this blood on the microphone? You ain't trying to chop my head off.
That might be your nose.
You punching, swinging.
Right. I
Violent
chopped your
ass
head off.
heifer.
Right. Remember that. Listen, guys, it's your girls, that Thorny Chick, Karen KK Rose, alongside my co-host. Listen, we appreciate you. We love y'all. Y'all have been rocking with us. Y'all have definitely putting my voice in his voice. Places our feet have yet to travel. Y'all rock out with us every Wednesday. There are big things coming this year as we are still in January. And listen, we hope you are taking full advantage of January and making every day count. But this is the part where I pass off my sweet baby to the mean man who raps and, talks about my standing up to pee and my Billy Bandit.
Right. Don't get about your big dick. Like you stand up pee with monster cock. Anyway.
Right. Porn star dick.
It's crazy. People listening to this are probably like spitting out their tea or some dumb shit about that. I think I gave you don't know, Shay. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be quiet. Hum to myself. Okay. Right. I think I gave a lot out, right? Throughout the podcast, oh yeah, FYI, I was not joking about the Cash App. You know what I mean? I was just not. I'm just being honest. Okay, maybe I was not haven't made up my mind yet. But long story short, people, man, like, if you're of age, it's your body. If you are of age, it's your life, right? Just be in a position to deal with the consequences of your decisions, right? I'm trying my best not to be deep, right? I'm 5'7" and I'm fat. That means I can wax wide, but I can't wax deep, right? So let's keep this surface. Like, we're not going to get deep. I don't want you to be thinking too hard. I don't want you to be jotting notes down. Talking about, but what did he mean? He sound like Jesus Christ in all them parables. No, I got Christ in me, but this is not the Christ in me speaking right now, right? Look, just stand in your truth and your decisions, right? So ladies, if a guy come at you talking that whatever talk far as he wants to exchange money for sexual favors, and you may be in a financial position, but that's not who you are as a person, then don't. Stand fast, find another way. But if that's who you are and you don't have no problems with that, once again, stand fast, snatch that money, make them come quick, get on with your life. There is no right or wrong answer to this. It's just your life. Like, I think what happens is like we have all these rules and stipulations and moral grounds, the high grounds, high road and all this, that, and the fifth. No, at the end of the day, it is your life. But what I will say in closing, women, y'all got the power. You get to dictate how you get the dick. Do you get the dick after that y'all have taken the time out to really know each other? Right? I mean, no. Or do you get the dick immediately and then money is transferred? However, you dictate when the dick taking takes place, right? But be true to you when you make that decision. Like, be true to you. Don't let finances dictate when you take dick, right? Don't do that, right? If that's who you are, and I'm not passing judgment, because me personally, if I was a female, I'm just keeping a buck, right? Double up one time. If I was a female, man, I'd be just like my uncle. There's no way I'd be broke. There's no way I'm struggling, right? Because I'm gonna be just like, I'd be worse than the IG model. Like what? Like all y'all, and that's just me personally. And I know I'm speaking like that because I'm from a male perspective, but I'm just telling you who I am as a person, my core, right? Yeah, at my core is a whore, right? At the core is a whore, man. Like when I'm 51, I'd have been retired. I've been retired, and I promise you that's just me, right? That's just me. We talking about you, right? So with that being said, man, stand in your truth, man. Like, you don't forget that you got the power. You have the ability to cast them bugs up off you. If you have the ability to, like, let them into your to Charlotte's web. The choice is yours.
We'll put the money on the dresser, y'all. It has been wonderful to have y'all listen to us. We hope you have learned something, gained something. Of course, we need you to like, comment, and share. No matter the platform that you listen to. Follow us on our social media. You can find all of our information in the show notes. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Go love somebody else. It's your girls, that Thorny Chick, Karen, KK, Rose. DK?
Yes.
You gonna tell the people bye?
I ain't telling people shit, man. I'm not. Okay, I just lied. Y'all take care. Enjoy yourself.
Peace.
Peace.
This episode of the Love Is podcast has ended. But please be sure to subscribe for more great content on sex, entrepreneurship, life, love, and how to get through the BS of it all. And don't forget to rate and leave a review so we can continue to bring more of that Thorny Chick, Karen KK Rose, and